Steve, long time no talk to. Last time we talked, Nestor was sitting next to me, but now it's just you and me.
You have a very good memory.
Of course I do.
Oh, yeah, I remember the hotel. I remember exactly. Very crowded hallway.
Very crowded, but no longer because we're being COVID safe. So I'm so glad to see you today, even from a distance.
Right back at you. I've seen
Mhm.
all of season two. I want to say it is fantastic.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Glad you like it.
You don't have to worry. It's so good.
No, good.
I I have so many questions, but before I jump into those questions, I really want to know which of your friends and family were the most excited when you signed on to do this Sex and the City series.
Wow. I mean, hands down, everybody was so thrilled to hear that the show is so iconic. There's a bunch of really great women on the show, great female actresses, female actors, and they were like, how did you go from these awesome female actors on this drama to these awesome female actors on this comedy? Like, we don't get it. And there are a bunch of people that work hard to make it happen. But yeah, I feel pretty fortunate. It's pretty awesome.
I know you can't say much, but can you tease anything about your character and your
You know,
dynamic?
I can't tease anything about it, but what I will say is the stuff that I loved about Sex and the City remains in and just like that. Although some of the players have changed, right? It's still a great story about love and friendship and womanhood and sisterhood. And I talked to Michael Patrick King about that. The show has always been about love, and that remains. So I really hope people will tune in. It's a great story. I love my character. She's my favorite one of all of the new characters they're exploring on the show. So
That series always has great clothing. I hope you get to keep what you're wearing.
I keep nothing, but that's okay.
Jumping into why I get to talk to you, Mia is dealing with a lot in season two,
Yes.
and the repercussions of Mitch. There's so much going on, and I guess what can you tease fans about? What are you allowed to say about season two?
What I can tell you is actually a lot. Mia becomes the executive producer of the morning show after struggling season one to maintain her reputation and her integrity after having had a workplace relationship with Mitch Kessler, right? And but after the fallout of Alex Levy and Bradley Jackson's huge, reveal of what was going on at the morning show in UBA, Mia receives the opportunity of being the executive producer of the morning show when it is at its worst. And so when I was talking to the producers and writers about the show, they were saying, Mia's sort of standing on the proverbial glass cliff. She's got the Herculean task of making the morning show the number one show again, or turning it around. And we see that arc unfold over 10 episodes through the filter of gender and race politics, different personalities. What is it like to lead a news organization through a transition like that? And so she's tackling it along with Cory Ellison and Stella Bach. And, you know, it's great. It's fascinating. I hope people tune in.
Oh yeah, if you're a fan of this first season, they're all in. Do you view Corey as a good person, a bad person, or it depends on the day of the week?
Uh, I think that with any network executive, you have a good bit of cynicism. You hope for the best. I think that I believe that Mia believes that Corey has the best intentions, but he's probably going to do whatever it takes to get the job done.
I don't want to reveal too much, but I will say that you have a very emotional scene in season two, a specific scene that I will not talk about. But I am curious as an actor, when you know you have a scene like that coming up, and say you're filming it on a Monday, how much are you breaking down how you want to do this scene in advance? Are you sort of leaving it till Sunday and sort of being like, you know what I mean? Can you sort of talk about when you're filming a scene like that?
When you're filming a scene where it requires a high level of emotion or a nuance of expression of like anger or sadness and humor and and pain, just like I did in episode 7 in season 1, you try to be as familiar with the words as you can be so that when you get on set, you're available to your collaborators and your creatives to do it in a myriad of ways. So as soon as I got the script, I was um, I was filling myself up with whatever I needed to do to be on set and be available. And I was very lucky to have a great writer like Carrie Aaron writing those monologues, and Jeff Augustin, and all the writers in the writers' room. But I had an incredible ally and advocate in Victoria Mahoney, who directed episode 8, the episode you're talking about. And you know, the morning show, the actors and the crew, the directors, just the best of the best. I mean, it's an extraordinarily prestigious, creative environment, and you want to bring your best. And so, thanks for saying that. I try to rise to the occasion when I get the opportunity to really convey a dramatic moment for our audience.
Yeah, no, it's a great scene, which I will not. I mean, I can't. I would love to talk more, but so
We
what do you?
can later on, Steve. I'm around.
I might be following up. I love learning about the behind the scenes of the making of anything, right? And I'm curious, what do you think might surprise fans of the show to learn about like the behind the scenes of the making of the show?
Of the morning show or of any morning television news
Oh
show?
no, just of making the morning show. I should be specific.
I would say how much people care, like we actually care about the stories that we're telling and how the stories are told. I think probably that we care less about what audiences and critics feel about it than what we feel about in our sort of insular circle of what kind of creative spark is between us as we are going through our own individual processes. Um, Probably that the priority for us is on this set, especially season 2, was the health and well-being of the people around us. And I think people might be surprised at how much care is taken in not just the telling of the story, but in the storytellers.
Yeah, one of the things also is you guys started filming, if I'm not mistaken, as right before COVID hit, and then you went on that big break. And I'm curious, do you know how did your storyline possibly change as a result of COVID being introduced into the story, or
You
was
know,
it pretty?
I don't know if it changed all that much. I knew that Mia was going to be promoted to the executive producer job. Um, but the ins and outs of how that was going to translate itself through season 2, I didn't know. I think that the spark of inspiration as our producers go through it, the stories always kind of shift and change from script to script and edit to edit. So, you leave yourself flexible as an actor to interpret whatever it is they consider to be the priority in each episode. But I think for me during the hiatus or the pause was when we decided that we were going to come back and tell a bit more of the race and race politics after having lived through all of the social and racial unrest in the United States. I really wanted to link arms up and tell a really nuanced, authentic story about what it looks like to be an African American woman, empowered to do a job, but not really knowing how to get the job done and not sure that she could do it, with the hostility and the microaggressions of that experience.
You did a great job. Seriously, I know fans are going to love it. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with the rest of your speed dating.
Oh, thank you.